Hi guys, welcome back to another video, or should I say welcome back to another video. If it's your first video, thank you guys so much for clicking on this video, and if you're a returning subscriber, returning viewer, welcome back to the Andersons family. If you guys haven't already subscribed to our channel, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel, and smash that like button. Really helps out the video, and leave a comment. When you do these things, it brings up our engagement, and it causes the algorithm to put our content in front of many more persons who might find this kind of content relevant and also necessary for their own journey. Guys, we're officially into another Christmas season, and as I go about my day, I constantly find myself reflecting on my first Christmas in Canada, and that is what this video is about. I'm gonna be sharing a little bit of a story time with you guys, bringing you guys about back to my first Christmas in Canada, what that was like, and also what have I learned over the period of time being here in Canada throughout the Christmas season, right? If you guys are new here, my name is Damar. I'm a Jamaican who migrated to Canada back in 2019, and I'm now celebrating my 6th Christmas in Canada. 6th Christmas, guys, and let me tell you guys something. My first Christmas in Canada is nothing like what it is right now. I'm gonna take you guys a little back in time to give you guys the real perspective of not only what my first Christmas was like, but what many persons who moved to Canada, what their first Christmas is usually like as well, right? So I landed in Canada in September of 2019. I landed as an international student. I came with my wife and my daughter at the time. One daughter. I now have 2 daughters. Now, our journey in Canada wasn't always smooth sailing. If you guys haven't watched our full video description of what our transition was like, go and check out some of those videos. But in a quick nutshell, we landed, we really didn't have much money. School fees were paid, airfares were expensive, and all of those things. And after we finished paying out everything, we really had limited amount of funds, right? So nonetheless, we navigated the space. My wife started working as a janitor and also a hotel housekeeper, and then she was working at another hotel as well as a housekeeper. So she was doing 3 jobs at once. I was an international student, so I could have only worked for 20 hours, right, when school is in session. Nonetheless, we got a car, and I was doing most of the drop-offs in terms of taking Nats to work, picking her up back, taking Malika to, she was doing what is called a PUF program, which is for kids with special needs. They try to get them into school a little bit earlier, so that by the time they reach 5 years old, they would have been on par or close to possible into a routine. So she was doing the PUF program a couple days per week, and also day home. So I was back and forth from work, not from school, to taking us to work, to Malika, to my part-time job, and it was just a crazy busy period of time. And throughout that transition period, we find ourselves not even seeing each other as much, and it really took a toll on our relationship. And many persons find themselves in a similar position, because those early months, and I say probably those early couple of years, can be very stressful for a family, for a couple. Nonetheless, guys, we were staying with Nat's sister, where we just landed, and we were staying there for a couple months. Now the plan was to stay there for a longer period of time, but you know, things never work out the way we wanted it to work out, and we had to find our own apartment. Now remember, we had limited amount of money, and you know, we're just trying to build a platform. So we ended up getting an apartment, and we ended up getting some furniture. We moved into our apartment. The first apartment we moved into that apartment on the 21st of December 2019. I cannot forget the date. And I remember when we were moving back and forth, I was driving a buggy at the time, and we had to make numerous trips, and all our clothes and stuff was just in garbage bags, just thrown, and in like suitcase and bags that were brought up, just throwing the buggy and making multiple trips back and forth. Sorry. So 21st of December, we moved into the apartment. It was me, Nats, Malika, and let me be honest with you guys, we didn't really have any money. We didn't really feel like we have anyone here because, of course, we're still relatively new, and everyone who we know was pretty much not immediately close family, and yeah, things never really work out the way it should work out, as I mentioned before. So we're pretty much on our own. So throughout that first Christmas, we felt very, very homesick. That was the most homesick we have ever been since being in Canada. Now we find ourselves missing our friends and families back home significantly, and also we miss the Jamaican culture because, of course, Christmas time in Jamaica it's way different than Christmas time here in Canada. The frenzy, the hype, the loudness, the hustle and the bustle, the grand market. If you guys know, you know what I'm talking about. So we were kind of like still adjusting from that to assist to now a culture of quietness, more family, more, just that entwinedness and stuff. And then it was cold. It was really, really cold, and it was snowing, and all of these things just kind of put us into a very depressing mode. So our first Christmas in Canada was spent pretty much feeling depressed, feeling down, and feeling sad. We really felt like we made a mistake throughout those period of time, right? And how did we overcome? With that Christmas, we didn't really do anything. We didn't do any Christmas dinner, none of those things, because not had to work. I was scared for Malika and stuff like that. So we're pretty much just making ends meet. Like, Christmas wasn't even a thing for us back then. With no Christmas tree, none of that was put up. We were just going through the motion. And I feel it's very necessary for persons like myself to share these stories, so that if you guys are a new immigrant in Canada and you guys are going through a similar feeling or a similar thing, you can know and understand that this is just the process and this is just a part of the journey, right? Because at that point in time, as I said, we were going through seasonal depression without even knowing what it was. We felt isolated, we felt stressed. Well, especially as I said, funds wasn't really as lucrative as it could have been back then. And then yeah, of course, it was in and around that time we got the official diagnosis for Malika, and things was just really, really, really not good for us at that point in time, and we were just not in a good space, right? Now, move on to our second Christmas. That was a lot better. Our second Christmas, we kind of have a understanding of what Christmas is like here. We started to become a little more level in terms of finances, and also we started to understand the culture a lot more. So because of that, our second Christmas when we're really actually starting to find our footing and find our tribe, if so be the case, right? We did the whole Christmas tree and all everything. We did everything as we could. Even though Nats was still working quite a few jobs at that time, I was still a full-time student and working only part-time, and then we were still in the middle of COVID-19, so that was kind of like we would have been now accustomed to isolated, because we landed September 2019, and then by February of 2020, everything got shut down. Only essential services were allowed to go to work. So being at home and feeling isolated now starting to feel like the norm. So we weren't really as stressed the second Christmas as we were the first Christmas, right? So again, if you're watching this video and you are a new immigrant, understand that it's just a part of the process, right? Don't feel too down, don't feel too depressed. And as a father, as a man, I particularly felt worse because I usually felt like a failure back then, because I consider my family my responsibility, to make sure that everything is good financially, emotionally. Everything should be copacetic, as we would say. And then when we find ourselves in a position not being able to take care of our family the way we really want to, sometimes it kind of causes us to feel less than a man. Sometimes it causes us to feel very, very like depressed and stressed and overwhelmed. And half the time the wives don't understand. And it's just because, we consider ourselves to be a man and this is our responsibility. So because of that, we take on more pressure on ourselves. But I'm talking to the men, right? Just know that it's temporary and it's really short-term pain for long-term gain. And for all the ladies watching this as well, encourage your spouse. Let them know that you guys understand. Let them know that you guys know and know what they're going through, and let them know that it's a teamwork and you are just doing it right now, but you still value their manhood and you still respect them and stuff like that, because that was what I needed at that point in time. So again, even though I'm sure we're gonna be doing more videos before Christmas, I just want to let everyone watching this video just know that it's a season of happiness, it's a season of joy, it's a season of friends and family. And just surround yourself with the right people, surround yourself with the right energy, and you know, just look forward to spending all those good times, making those good memories with the ones you love. That's what it's all about. And home is where the heart is, right? So even if you're not able to put up a fancy tree like what we have in the background right here, or you're able to have that Christmas dinner with the ones you love and consider near and dear, know that you're just taking a step backwards to go 10 steps forward. Don't be too hard on yourself. Don't be too depressed. Don't feel too down. But know that, okay, then eventually you'll get exactly to where you want to get to, right? That's what I would like to say in this video. So again, if you guys haven't already subscribed to the Andersons family, please take a second to hit that subscribe button. Smash a like on this video. Let me know what you think about the content in the comment section. Again, it really helps out the algorithm, right? Check out some of our previous videos as well. Learn our story and share your story. Until next time, guys. See you guys in the next video.